Ranthambore National Park, the tiger reserve with the highest frequency of tiger sightings. Every year, lakhs of people visit this park in Savai Madhopur. Ranthambore is so popular that the booking for the best zones is full 90 days in advance of the travel date. The brown deciduous forest of Rajasthan adds glory to the 65 plus striped cats here. However, in Ranthambore, you are allocated a jeep driver and a guide automatically. So your chances of tiger sighting depend a lot on which zone you have booked. No matter how good your guide or driver is, if you have booked a zone with a small number of tigers, there is nothing much that can be done. So, to have the best chance of sighting a tiger, it is important that you book the best zone for your safari. Hello wildlife lovers and welcome back to our channel Discover Wild Paws. In this video, we will talk about the different zones of Ranthambore and which ones are the best to visit for tiger sighting. But before we begin, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for more wildlife content. First, let's understand how many zones are there in Ranthambore National Park. In total, there are 10 zones in the park. There is no clear segregation of core and buffer zones, but for people who visit frequently, are aware of which zones are better than the others for tiger sighting. There is no specific name to the zones, rather simple numbers from 1 to 10. Let's start with the best zones first. Undoubtedly, the top two zones in Ranthambore are Zone 3 and Zone 4. Zone 3 is the most beautiful zone of Ranthambore. It has the iconic Padam Talab Lake and is known for its beauty. The entrance gate of this zone is a symbol of heritage. There is also Jogi Mahal and ancient remains of the fort here, which adds to the glorious look of the zone. Zone 4, on the other hand, has Malik Talab, Singh Dwar and is also home to the legendary tigress Machli. The reason why these two zones are best for tiger sighting is the availability of food for tigers. With two big lakes, there are thousands of deer and other animals here, and hence it is easier for the tigress to find food and raise cubs. Because tigers don't know the difference between different zones, they can move easily between these zones anytime they want to. So we suggest going for both Zone 3 and Zone 4 at least once. If you are lucky, you can find a tiger even on the main road which leads to these zones. The current famous tigers in these zones are Riddhi Siddhi, Arrowhead, T120, Krishna and a few more. The next zone to visit is Zone 2. Once ruled by T24 Ustad, who is now living his last days in Udaipur's Sajjangarh Wildlife Sanctuary, this zone is great for tiger sightings. Because this zone has lots of water holes, tigers are frequently seen here. Noori, daughter of Noor, is also found in Zone 2 and 1 these days with her 2 cubs. After this comes Zone 6 and Zone 1. These two zones are attached to each other, even though their entry and exit points are at the opposite ends of the park. Tigers constantly move between these two zones all the time. In Zone 1, there are many key spots where tigers are spotted frequently. For Zone 6, this zone has grasslands and hills in the background. The size of this zone is smaller compared to other zones and hence it's easier to find tigers here. T8 Akka Ladli rules Zone 6, while other famous tigers like Khumba, Noor, T57 and 58 are frequently seen between Zone 1 and 6. The next one is Zone 5. Even though this is the core zone of the park, this is not as good as the other ones, but certainly better than the buffer zones of the park 7 to 10. A lot of points in these zones are similar to Zone 4, and it is not uncommon to find tigers here in Zone 5. Now coming to the leftover 4 zones of the park. If you cannot find a booking in Zone 1 to 6, we suggest going for Zone 10 of the park. Zone 10 has hilly tracks and is closer to some of the villages. Once ruled by the biggest tiger of Ranthambore, T42 Fateh, this is home to T108 Jay and T99 Aishwarya, who has cubs too. Between zones 7, 8 and 9, the least famous zone is Zone 9 because it is 20 kilometers away from Zone 6, and hence a lot of time is consumed in just reaching the entry gate. For 7 and 8, the sightings are rare but not impossible. Zones 6 to 10 of Ranthambore are newly built zones, and the entry gates for all these are made at the opposite end of the park. To reach these zones, you have to go through the old Savai Madhopur city. Even though the list is complete now, we request you not to follow this ranking blindly. Whenever you are planning a trip, drop us a message in comments and we can tell you which zones are doing best at that particular time. If you are not sure how you can make a booking for your Ranthambore safari, please watch our videos. The link is in the video description below. So, we hope you are now clear about all the zones in Ranthambore National Park. We make many videos on wildlife information and sightings. If you don't want to miss our videos, please subscribe to our channel Discover Wild Paws and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching and keep discovering Wild Paws.